Tell me, have the locals made you feel welcome?
They have, Benny. It's been terrific up here. Very excited to come north. I know the boys were prepared for a game in Townsville after Melbourne got rubbed out, and the fact that it's dry and there'll be no dew on the ground, I think will make for a terrific game tomorrow night.
So tell me, this is your 4th season involved with Freddie, in charge of the Blues. How have you rated the preparation?
It's been a good one. You know, there's been no dramas throughout the camp. The players that came in under injury clouds have all got through the week and actually trained straight up. So there was no problems with any of those players that were under a bit of a cloud, Cameron Murray and Payne Haas. So it's been a good week. We've had a great week. They just need to do it on the field tomorrow night now.
So losing series last year, you grow and evolve every year in a coaching role or an advisory role. What did the Blues learn from last year's series in November that will help them this year?
I think even though we were together last year, I guess our preparation wasn't what it should have been. Even though we were living in each other's pocket, last year was a strange series. To do it after the grand final, players coming from grand finals. But I don't think there's too much different, Benny, about the past 3 series and this one. Making sure we get the team right, or the team that we think is right, and the players that can do the job. But not too much learning to do. I think it's just needs to happen on the field.
Brandy, one player that's got Ben right next to me here terrified is Latrell Mitchell. What's different about him this time than the last time he was in the Blues camp?
I think he's just a bit more experienced, Paul. He's you grow up, everyone grows up, and Latrell's only still a young man. So Latrell's been through a fair bit over the last couple of seasons since he last played Origin, but it has been terrific to have him back in camp. You forget what a great personality Latrell is, apart from being an outstanding footballer. He's great around the camp, and him and Josh Adokar have got a great relationship. It's good to see them throughout the week. It's been great to see them throughout the week, and Latrell has had a terrific season, and he's played a few games now back from suspension and ready to go.
Jarome Luai gets his shot in Origin for the first time tomorrow night. What leads you to believe that Jarome will be a success on his first go?
I just think he's the sort of player that can handle big moments, Benny, and I think he's shown that through the last couple of seasons. He's developed into a player that isn't that flashy and great attacking player. He's got a lot more things to his game, and he's built his game to become a better manager of it. But also, those bits of the game that make him, I think, an Origin player. Great kicking game. He's a good defender. Apart from being that touch of brilliance with the footy. So I've got no doubt that Jarome can handle it. Was in camp with the boys last year. So he's familiar with all the players, and now just has to do it on the field tomorrow night.
Brandy, the one thing everybody's been talking about heading into this game has been the head-eye crackdown. How much attention has that come, or have you guys given that, and what do you think is going to happen tomorrow night?
Don't know, Paul, and it is hard to know exactly what's going to happen. We've spent a little bit of time on it, but the players know the rules now. You can't make contact with the head. That doesn't matter how much force is involved. I really don't know what to expect tomorrow. I would think that it will be refereed the same as it has been through club football. That's the word that we're hearing. So if you make contact with the head, depending on the force, you either are penalised, you're sin binned, or you're sent off.
Okay, the second.
Let's hope that doesn't happen.
Let's hope. The second part to that, though, is there's been a gentleman's agreement that Daly Cherry Evans has spoken of, and Brad Fittler has endorsed it, and we'll obviously ask the Queenslanders about it a bit later. What's your version? Do you think both teams can hold their nerve and the gentleman's agreement will stay intact?
In terms of players taking dives?
Taking dives. Taking dives.
Yeah, no.
Players taking dives.
Yeah.
Will you be laying down, or will you be getting up?
You've got to get up. What's happened in club football over the last couple of weeks? A few of the incidents that have happened they're a stain on the game. And you know, if someone does it tomorrow night, from either side, it's certainly not Origin. It's not rugby league.
So the Origin theme holds true this year. Blues are favourites. Queensland are going in as underdogs, but I know inside the Blues camp you'd be very concerned about what this Queensland side can produce. Based on having a look at the squad, what do you think Queensland's greatest strengths are?
You know, the games played in Queensland, Ben, we know how much they love playing at home. You know, it's a home game for the Queenslanders. I thought they were outstanding last year in Game 3. They got, you know, some play. Cameron Munster, Daly Cherry Evans. You could go through their forwards. David Fafita returns. He wasn't there last year, so he strengthens the back row. Christian Welsh has been in great form. Harry Grant's there. It's a good-looking lineup again, and Queensland have always been able to put a good side on the field. I know they've got less players to pick from, but it's a quality team, and you know, if New South Wales are even an inch below their best, we won't win. So we have to play our best football tomorrow night to get over the top of this Queensland side.
Brandy, normally when there's an Origin game played in Queensland, tradition holds that the Blues will go down Caxton Street on their way to Suncorp Stadium. Is there the chance that you'll go past Tent City on the way to Queensland Country Bank Stadium tomorrow night?
Not unless we change our route. We went to Country Bank this afternoon for the captain's run. We didn't pass the tents, Benny, disappointingly, but we'll see. You know, it might be worth driving past there on the way to the game.
Listen, I will say one thing. If you happen to win tomorrow night, whatever you do, don't go to Tent City after the game, okay?
Yeah, that's a good tip.
Well, Brandy, good luck tomorrow night, and thanks for your time tonight on NRL 360.
Thanks, gents.
All right, let's go Maroon now, and Queensland assistant coach Nate Myles has been kind enough to give us some time tonight. Nate, thanks for joining us. First things first, how well is Dane Gagai recovering from that life-threatening bout of tonsillitis?
Yeah, he's pretty close to death there, Ike. He's not kicking any better, but he's doing okay.
So he's back at training, and from your assessment, he's doing well?
Yeah, no, he came back to training, mate. He was just, he had a little stint in hospital. I think it was a bit dramatic, but in these team environments, you like to sort of isolate anyone with a bit of sickness. So, yeah, he's back on board.
So can you absolutely confirm that Ben Hunt will not play in State of Origin 1 in Townsville?
I'll confirm it, but not absolutely.
So, look, it's clearly between Ben Hunt and AJ Brimson. Paul Green said AJ Brimson will play, so I'll ask you this. If the coach does end up going with the Gold Coast fullback on the bench, what role will he play?
Yeah, look, I think AJ will be coming in around the middle to inject a bit of speed, hopefully. You know, this game gets opened up pretty quickly, and we're expecting a fair bit of contact, so we won't be chucking him out there to be taking any taps, but he'll be having a bit of fun around the middle, hopefully.
Okay, so you say AJ Brimson's going to play in the middle. Are you talking a dummy half or as a middle forward? You're looking for Harry Grant to play 80 minutes? Give us some more info, please.
Yeah, look, I think Harry will be pushing to play for 80 minutes. So, you know, whether or not he comes on just around the middle just to help and give him a breather, I'll have to let you know tomorrow night, mate.
So, Nate, there's no Josh Papali'i, no Lindsay Collins. Who's the enforcer for Queensland tomorrow night?
I think we've got a really good, balance of forwards there. You know, I can't go past Big Tino. I think physically, you know, he's got the ability to stay within the guidelines of what the NRL are doing now with the game and still be physical. And obviously we've got Dave Fafita there as well. But there's a couple of guys that are, I probably won't splash them with the enforcer role, but they're going to do a lot in the game.
Well, I know you used to like to throw your weight around a little bit in Origin too. So if you were playing tomorrow night, which blue would you be targeting?
Oh, mate, I held the tackling pad today for Harry Grant, and I've had to go see the physio, so I'd probably be running at someone really small. I'll pick someone small out wide. But no, look, yeah, they've got a lot of tacklers in their team, a lot of good tackle technique, and I think our boys need to realise that tackle technique's sometimes a good thing. You know, you can get a bit of play the ball speed and hopefully play off the back of that. You know, maybe involve a few of the quicker boys around the middle. So. We'll hopefully be working towards and sticking towards our game plan.
We heard Daly Cherry Evans come out and talk about a gentleman's agreement about players not laying down if they get a bit of a swipe across the face. Brad Fittler came out and supported the idea. So early on, it looks like both clubs, or both teams, sorry, are in agreement there. Do you think it'll actually come to fruition, or do you think pretty early on someone might say, you know what, there's an advantage to be made here?
Shit, no. There's no gentleman agreement in Origin. You play for keeps.
So what are you suggesting? That that's all talk, that if there's a chance to get a penalty to maybe get your team on the front foot, that players from both sides will just do what's required?
Mate, if there's a penalty to be given in the 78th minute and they need 1 point and they can kick a goal, they're laying.
Rightio, because I know you're assistant coach, you're close to the coach, which means you understand the game plan. In that theme, can I ask what your assessment been of Paul Green in his first game in his first series as head coach of the Maroons?
No, I think Greeny's been really good, mate. Look, I haven't been around a team environment like this for a while. There's been a lot of natural energy coming from the team, and I think Greeny's, allowed that to keep moving forward from what they've achieved last year in regards to, they were in lockdown together for 3 weeks, so they really built a bond, and I'm sure New South Wales did as well. So Greeny's come in and he hasn't really tried to revolutionise anything or do anything crazy. He's really pushing off the back, and I think these boys have felt that. He's definitely picked up the intensity since we've arrived in Townsville, which is really good. But yeah, I think he's doing really good, mate.
So you're a North Queensland boy, you know and understand how the people tick up there. What's the mood been like in Townsville in the lead up to this game?
Everyone's got Bundy rum chewing gum in, I think, mate.
Does that mean they're going to be ready to cheer by the time the game kicks off?
Yeah, yeah, mate, it'll be good. There's definitely a good vibe around here, Ikey. You'd like it.
And can I confirm or deny that you'll be in Tent City after the game, or is that just a horrible rumour?
There's a good chance. Very
Okay.
good chance. No, a horrible rumour, mate. Sensible man.
Very good. All right. Well, I hope the prep went well. Good luck tomorrow night. Thanks for your time on NRL 360.
Anytime, lads. Thank you.